We're on the line with Donovan Dillion, Sunday, October the 11th. Hollywood Bets Gravel, we're on the turf, and Donovan has a nice book of rides. At this stage, all races bar the 5th. Donovan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Mr. Hawkins. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and congratulations. The winners have been flowing, you've been riding nicely, and let's keep it up. Let's certainly see if we can strike on Sunday. Let's kick off in race 1. You certainly have a chance here. Number 1, Calvino for the Com Naidu stable, was gelded before its last start and showed terrific promise behind Wunderbar.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's always just continuing to improve. He's taken his gelding well, so yeah, it's an open race. I think Mr. Miller's horse in the race is obviously maybe the one to beat. But there is some first timers that we got to have healthy respect for. I know Ashley Fortune's horse was opened up quite a short favourite, so we're hoping for the best. His last run on the turf last run at Gravel wasn't an ideal run for him because he didn't corner and anything like that. But he's drawn one this time. He's going to have horses on his outside. So I think if it all goes his way, he'll be very competitive.
Okay, then we move on to race 2, where you have another possibly less so, but nonetheless competitive ride in the form of number 5, Cherry Tomatoes for the Rug stable. Has done enough to suggest she could be involved in the placings?
Yeah, without a doubt. It was she actually ran third to my filly last time, which we rate quite highly. And when Jared Drake phoned me for the ride, we took it with open arms, and we hope for the best.
Yeah, obviously she comes up against a number of younger, less exposed, promising sorts, but on best form has to be in the reckoning. Yeah,
without a doubt. And I'll give a good polished ride, and hopefully we can finish in the first 4.
We wouldn't expect anything less from you, Donovan, other than a polished ride. Now, the same stable, you ride in the 3rd race, number 13, Layla's Rose. What can you tell us about her?
I don't know awfully much about her. I'm going to have to have a good look at the race and really just see how we can just get her to improve and to run a much better race than what she has been.
Fair to say you're more hopeful than confident of earning a check?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well, you may not know too much about Layla's Rose, but you know a lot about Shane Humby's runners. So let's get to his stable now. Race 4 and race 6. Now, one of your most favourite horses in training, I guess, is number 13, Diamonds and Pearls. And she's now proven to us that she's as effective on the turf as she is on the polish. She's proven to us that she can go pretty much any trip. She's gone all the way up to 2,000 metres. Here she runs in what looks to be a very competitive handicap. So I guess, and she's drawn wide. Is she in the right space to do her best?
She's in a good place, but she's going to need the run, I think. She's been off for quite a while. Like you said, it's a tough field. We're drawn wide. We want to see, obviously, her run a great race. So we're not going to do anything to hurt her. But I think she'll be one to follow through the next season. She's a quality filly, and we rate her very highly. Yeah.
Obviously, we all know trainers have different methods of training, and Shane Humby has his methods. He's very patient. He looks after his horses. They have longevity. They stay sound.
Yes.
But it's generally expected that after a break, his horses do need a run or two to get back to their peak fitness. And would that comment also then apply to your ride in race 6, number 11, Lataba, who, like Diamonds and Pearls, on best form, would have a lively chance despite a wide draw?
Exactly. If they're not in need of the run too much, they'll be right in the mix. But I do think they might just need the run. One run under the belt, and then they'll be spot on.
Okay, which is possibly why, obviously, they're both drawn rather poorly, which is not where you like to jump from if you sort of really fancying your horses strongly, but they need the run. So let's get that run out the way. Even though they're drawn poorly, they'll be doing their best at the end, and one's for the notebook for the next starts.
100%.
Okay, race 7. Now, this horse should need a run. Number 8, African Sunrise. Now, obviously, we were quite strong on this horse last weekend. No racing took place. And that was over what I thought would have been a better distance. Now he drops back into 1,400 meters. He's obviously fit. He's obviously ready. So my first question to you, Donovan, is, are you concerned that 1,400 meters is too sharp for African Sunrise?
Not at all. He's quite a versatile horse. As you know, we rate him quite highly. We think quite a bit of him. Look, we gave away the draw. We gave away the draw 1 last week when races were abandoned, but those things happen. He's drawn 8 this time. They go a bit quick over the 14. It's easier to filter in. There's a lot of aspects that go into play when you change from distance to distance, and I'm confident. I think he's a very good horse.
So you're confident that he can produce a good... You're up against some of your old enemies here, if I may call them that. 1 Mount Anderson, 3 New Stream, and in particular Special Blend. You think you got their measure?
I think they're going to have to run.
Okay, well, that's what we like to hear. We like you to be confident because confidence is what this game is all about. African Sunrise obviously doing extremely well. Donovan not concerned about the step back in trip. Likely to be very competitive, and as you heard there from Donovan, the one to beat. Now, you've sort of ridden twice on this card for the Rug stable, twice for the Humby stable, and you conclude with 2 from the Wendy stable, the first of which was obviously African Sunrise that we've just chatted about. Now, Sovereign Soldier, he too gave up a run last weekend when he was well drawn. Prior to that, he was poorly drawn, was caught out deep, never had the run of the race. Now he's got a bad draw to confront again.
Yeah, and he's a much better horse in my personal opinion on the poly track. But we're going to go out there trying. Hopefully, we get a bit of luck in running from that draw, and because he's not a horse that you really want to sit last with. So if we can get over and we can get comfortable, we will be in with a little bit of a chance. But I do feel he is much better on the poly track.
Okay, so the surface being the turf track is obviously a concern. But just looking at the race, Donovan, I'm not sure how closely you've looked at the opposition, but not a hell of a lot of form to work on. I know Admiral's Guest came out and won last time. We're expecting improvement from Karoo Lark. Fight Song, the young horse who steps back from Grade 1 company but has a massive rating to contend with, could be competitive and ultimately the best horse in the race. So on that basis, if you get a bit of luck in running, and albeit that it's on the turf, would you be surprised if he at least ran into the first 4?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so we obviously have to consider Sovereign Soldier for quartets. Yes. It's a tricky race. Donovan, I understand that while you're chatting to us, you're having breakfast after having spent the morning in the gym. Thank you for your time, and we wish you well over the weekend.
Perfect stuff. Thanks so much, Mr. Hawkins. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Donovan.